What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around in these end times sent from the enemy, had a strong, close, and personal relationship with God. Good, great, and awesome. All right, everybody. So you know we do the background, the prior word, and then the events themselves. This is going to be a very, very short background, okay? So everybody probably heard that Joe Biden drops out of the election. The Lord already been telling us that was going to happen and so forth, and many other warnings regarding him that were not so positive. So this looks like it's leading up to that. December 29th, 2022, the Lord gave me a letter at the end of the year, basically. And Joe Biden was a big highlight of that. And he basically was just saying that Joe Biden would not last long. It would not be long for him. Same thing with January 22nd, 2023. God was telling me the truth about the politics. Remember, God does set up kings, remove kings, and so forth. So, yes, he does those things. But he just reiterated that Biden would not last long. And later in 2023, other warnings that those don't necessarily apply to this piece at the moment, okay? But quick background here, all right? Peace and blessings, quick background, and going to the prior words and the events next. Okay. So this is what the Lord had me write down for this letter. So he says, from trickery to deception, many of my children have no idea the times we live in. There are many hidden things that will come to light, my children. It is up to you to see it. Beloved, seek me so I can be your eyes during these times. This is about Joe Biden. Joe Biden does not have long, my beloved. He is on the path to disaster. You must see what is in plain sight. What I want to show you. The enemy has ran many like fools for too long. It is time to awaken, my child. You need not trust in man or his motives in sight, but trust my plan for you, my word for you, my love for you. We're going to talk about Biden now. So the Lord says he does, I said this before, he does not have long. I said this in another message. You keep repeating this to me. I just noticed. The Lord says he does not have long. Imagine starting. Then as I'm running out, they weren't letting people out. So I saw Biden, and I also saw people at my old job from UPS. So that symbolized government. So I seen Biden in the dream. And Biden said, before you leave, choose a plan. So it was weird. It was like a plan, like a work plan or something. And the plan that I had chosen was, it was like the ability to change dates scheduled. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Then I ran out, but couldn't find my car. But I noticed that these keys were in my hand. I said, where I get these from? So I started clicking buttons on the keys and random luxury cars started going off, like expensive looking cars started going off. So I decided to go back in the enemy's camp to see if cars, because it was cars in there too. While people were panicking and running around trying to figure out what was going on in the enemy's camp, I started hitting this button and one of these really good looking Jeep's trucks went off. So I got in that bad boy, started it up and drove off. Ain't nobody noticed. But then when I got outside, before I pulled out, I said, hold on, I don't want to get arrested. I'm like still in this car, even though I had the keys in my hand. So I got out and then woke up, right? I was thinking in my head, I'm still gonna get arrested. And I woke up. This is what the Lord had to say about this part. Forced ways will come to an end, so what they forcing upon you will come to an end. The behind the scenes, the special ones will fall. So he's talking about the VIPs, you know what I'm saying? They gonna fall, the wicked. The times are changing. So when I told you I picked up that plan that says ability to change time scheduled, God was showing me the times are changing.
We have breaking news here. President Biden has announced he will stand down from the race. I'm going to read the statement here on my phone. We also have Tim Miller, who's going to be joining us shortly. My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances. Thank you so much, I'm just gonna read off the paper here. Passed the first safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me re-elected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work, and let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. I believe today, what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. Obviously, this is a significant breaking news development with the president announcing he is stepping back from the race. There was very little indication from people close to him and many people in the campaign that this was what was about to happen, as much as there were reports of Democrats calling on him to do that.